Limpopo is this morning convening an investment conference launch. The event is inspired by the annual SA Investment Conference dedicated to promoting foreign direct investment into the country. Now, this conference comes after the province slammed the brakes on the Musina Makhado Energy and Metallurgical Special Economic Zone project after it failed an environmental assessment test. Newzroom Afrika's Phakgadi joins us live now from Polokwane. Pelane, very good morning to you. What hopes are there for the province to now revive the SEZ project?
Like any other province, they are trying to revive it to ensure that there is some economic development, and as well as ensuring that there is economic movement to try and not only recreate those jobs, but as well as develop the economy to where it was. You do remember that there was an issue around the increment of agricultural projects. There was an increment in the tourism project, and as well as to ensure that there was an increment in the mining sector. But we do know that the global pandemic has really deterred a lot of companies. Joining me now, Patrick Mongwa is the spokesperson of Leader here in Limpopo. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. But the first question I really have to ask you is, how far along is the SEZ that you really did put the brakes on because of failing that particular environmental test?
Well, I would like to first of all agree with you that the world pandemic that has actually affected the world has delayed a lot of progress around the SEZ. But currently, as Limpopo province, we are continuing to talk to those investors that made pledges to the province to make sure that they come back and invest, in those Musina Makhado as well as the areas of Phakgadi.
I do remember that about 3 years ago, the Premier did go to China to try and get some investment. 300 million rand at the time was touted to be the exact monetary value. Has there been any kind of receiving some of those investments, and has there been some sort of rollout to try and ensure that you recoup and be able to deal with the development that you so much need in the province?
Yeah, there are still some outstanding issues on our EIA that we need to to comply with the laws of the country. But you would know that the Chinese, as you have rightfully said, have made pledges and they have committed. And as soon as the EIA reports are, signed off, we are hopeful that the investors will start moving in.
Quickly one now, the mining sector, there's quite a lot of illegal mining happening in the Beggarsport area, and that in itself, I'm sure, takes away from some money that you would have been able to take back into the fiscus of the province and assist with the development, in particular that area that is hit so much by poverty. What kind of interventions is the provincial government really doing to try and bring in those stakeholders, your minerals resources, to deal with the illegality that is happening in that area?
Well, first of all, you would know that mining is a big sector in this province, and we would like to harness everything around mining to make sure that we increase our economy in the province. But with regard to illegal mining, we have got law enforcement agencies, we have got the relevant department that is involved in making sure that we reduce illegal mining as much as possible. So there is work that is going on around communities in terms of consultations to make people aware that illegal mining is not going to take this country any forward. But at the same time, we are working very hard with law enforcement agency as the province to make sure that mining happens in the right way so that it can basically, increase the jobs that we want through the investment opportunities that we have in the mining sector.
Yeah, in 30 seconds, what's the aim of this conference?
This conference aims to really expose Limpopo province as investment opportunity. We want to basically market the province as a destination for investment as well as for returns of those that would have invested in the province.
Definitely, Patrick Mongwa. They're speaking on behalf of the Limpopo Economic Development Agency, really saying that there is some work to be done to ensure that they realize much needed economic development in the province, some job opportunities that are needed by a lot of people to try and also make sure that those taxes that are paid, and in turn there is an increment in the number of the jobs people could be able to pay tax, and then there will be some sort of economic development and as well as job creation.
Very well, Phakgadi, let's leave it there for now. We will catch up with you throughout the course of this morning.